Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're going to take for a little walk here in the park, campground. Today's July 16th, and about noon we had a pretty good rain and a lot of hail. All this pavement in front of me was completely white with hail. So we're going to go up on this trail here in the back of our campground and take a look at what the campground looks like. They've got it paved now. Get across the road. This campground's on both sides of the road, so that's one thing about camping here. If you want to go to the lake, be careful crossing the road. All right, let's see what's going on up here in this upper campground. Be ready another week or so. Not quite done with everything, but they're getting close. We'll work our way around the post. There we go. Pavement is in. I'm gonna look around and see what this rain did. If it washed anything away. There's a new signboard. That hole is where the feed box will go. So they got stop blocks down. We're getting ready to do that. We're getting numbers put in place. I gotta see what numbers they are. That's like number 12. Huh, interesting, since the engineer said they're going to start out at 13. So we'll see about that. There's another stop block down. And this one says 13. Okay, maybe they're starting out with 12. I don't know. We'll find out from the engineer. Here's some of the rain washout. Looks like they're going to need to come back and do a little bit more grading and filling up on the upper side. Comes down that hill by the bathroom, and you can see where it goes from there. Gonna make a mess. People are in here and this stuff comes washing down with mud like this. Oh, it's gonna be muddy. There's all the gravel, and there's the pathway right there. Looks like we got more up here. Yep, another spillway. More blocks, mud. It comes off this corner. Red dirt. You got gravel all over there, but they didn't put any gravel on this side. So maybe they'll come back and fix it. But that looks like all I see that's a problem when it rains real hard. Water comes across the road, and there's the downward stream. That's about 6 inches deep. It's a pretty good drain there. He's got to finish up the rest of the post. If anybody wants to know what this looks like, you've ever been to campgrounds and you wonder, like, how in the world? Well, that's how it's done. They rat out the inside with the dog on leash, and then they'll drill a hole for the faucet and stick it all together. So it looks like a big chunk of wood with a piece of pipe coming out of it. Hollow inside. There's some more washout, and it wound up on that campsite down there. So, but this is more gravel, didn't get as much mud. Well, if we get some grass on this stuff, you know, it would help too. It's just that red dirt. Over here is nothing but grass, and I'm sure it held up fine. It's peaceful. Got some more clouds coming in. Chance of rain tomorrow and over the weekend and all next week. Monsoon season is coming upon us here in Utah, where it rains like every day for 2 weeks, and then it turns into August and starts snowing. Wouldn't doubt that. I thought these were rocks, but these are pine cones and things, seeds. That hail just beat the crap out of everything. It just really knocked all the seeds down and took all the flowers and beat them up. But we needed rain. You haven't any rain for over 2 months up here. All right, there we go. More stop blocks. We're gonna try to walk up this trail back here. See how far we get today. All right, pup, let's go on up the trail. See how muddy it is. It doesn't look too bad, so. That's one thing about trails. Everybody's been on a trail too, you know, when it rains. Water loves following the trails. I mean, it's a natural divot for it to drive, go downhill, and just pour like this. Oh, here we go. Here's the first crossing. This is the Navajo Lake Loop Trail. This trail here, and back there, part of the trail system is about 12 miles that loops the lake, Navajo Lake. And this sign is one that I rebuilt when I came up checking things out. This sign was over here, back up in there, broken in half. No poles. Don't know where it was supposed to be, but so I rebuilt it. Right there, it was broken. Glued it, put a piece of plywood on the back, painted it. It lasts for many years. All right, we're gonna go up this trail. This is the Virgin Rim Trail. About a half mile up. So we'll probably may not bore you too much and just catch you up when we get to the trailhead. It's pretty quiet and damp. You can do a mountain bike on these too. It's a little rough going uphill, but it can be done. I have not been up this trail. I've sent many people up this trail to go look at the overlook. But me and Zen have not made it yet, so here we go. Hey, you remember my video back in the Kaibab Forest in the Grand Canyon? Trees with the orange marks. Here's another one. Marking boundaries. I also had the Forest Service trail crew come through, cut some trees out of the trails and etc. Well, there's just a bunch of dead pines through here. You can see them all on the ground. Several still standing. ready to fall. One thing about it, by the pine tree dying due to the bark beetle infestation, it's made more growth for the aspen trees. You know, those things are tall. There's actually 3 or 4 different styles of aspen trees, varieties. The actual aspen, the quaking aspen, and another one I read about. So quaking aspen has heart-shaped leaves, and they'll quake. And they all have linear roots, so they don't go straight down, they go across. So, as for instance, this tree right here might be connected to this tree right here, which is connected to that tree over there, which may be into that one over there, because they all basically grow in one root system, and they're not real deep, and they grow, like I said, not straight down, they grow sideways and underground. All right, I think we'll catch you guys up at the top as we find something really interesting. We'll get back on here. We've got a lot of rocks I've got to watch for. Interesting things. All the trees snap off, and those dead pine trees, and they just break and they go. That's why they don't have campgrounds up in this area. If any kind of dead tree around, they cut it down because it will fall and kill somebody. Don't want that to happen. A lot of dead ones. Zen's found something to sniff on. There's some people who had 3 dogs came up earlier this morning, so he's probably picking up on those. It is good to see a lot of the new growth, though, new pine trees coming through. And these fir trees here are also linear roots, so it means all these trees right here probably on the same root system that came off mama tree back behind him. So that's why it makes it kind of hard to transplant, because they're on the linear root, they don't have a root ball. But they can be transplanted. It's just a little more work to do it. We got about 2.5 hours before the sun goes down. I think it got about 71 degrees today. I mean, this is, like I said, in the middle of July. I don't think it's hit 80 yet. If it has, it's been like one day. Down here, I mean up here, whereas down in Cedar City and St. George and Las Vegas, you know, 120, 22, 24 degrees. That's way too hot. Especially if there's a white dog in front of us carrying a lot of extra fur. Much better up here. Things are better in the mountains. See where the trail crew came through. These are pretty new cuts, so they come through and cut out the dead trees that have fallen across, so the trail can still be used. There's your shavings. All right, we stopped for a rest. We're getting worn out. Pup's getting tired. We've come up. It's 9,385 feet at this point. We still have a little bit more to go that way, but it's kind of no wind hardly, so there's no breeze. And hummingbird just came by and tried to check out my tripod with the orange on it. He's wanting some nectar, but not today, bird. So we're gonna keep on going in a minute. If you guys ever notice that when you go uphill a half a mile, it seems like a lot longer than when you go a half mile on flat ground. Whew. Here's some of the pine beetle infestation. This is this is cracked wide open, so I don't think that does the pine beetle do that. I think it's just maybe from it may have had a lightning strike on it or something, because there's just dead trees everywhere, and they've been dead a while. I mean, some of them have been dead for years, and some of them are fairly new. This one's a pretty new one. Another orange marking. The trail's right beside it. Are you caught up? You want to go some more? You want to rest a minute? We'll decide here in a second. Made it to a meadow. Getting close to the peak, up to the top, as you can see. Green bushes, flowers. Little opening in the trees. And somewhere up here is where this spruce trail, which is what we're on, connects to the Navajo Lake, sorry, wrong trail, connects to the Virgin Rim Trail. We've already gone past the Navajo Lake Trail, way down at the bottom. Oh, here we have made it. When you're out on a hike, you kind of like seeing signs, like that one right above. It means you're gotten to a point. Let's look at here and see what it says. All right. There is Cascade Falls, which is where we were in a previous video. You can take it from here. It's about 5 miles, I think. The Dyke Trail, Navajo Campground, Navajo Lake Lodge, Tia Campground, and Spruce's Campground, half a mile. So let's see. Now, do we go this way, or do we want to go? Here's another one. I'm not painting these. These belong to the Forest Service. They can do their own. I did paint the bottom one for them, but the rest in the campground are ones that our company has to be maintained, so I painted those too. I'll show you those sometime. I think we'll walk. Oops, I stepped on the pup's paw. Go this way. Looks like we're going towards an opening. We'll go this way. I know if we go left, which is behind me, I think we'll find an old tree somewhere, and I'm not for sure how far it is down there. Maybe there's a walkway out to the overlook. Here, we'll go right through here. We'll create our own walkway. Leave no trace. Oh yeah, we've got some nice views. These are the same views we had when we were down at the Cascade Falls. Except here, got a few more trees. And right over there, that is the back of Zion National Park. Nice valley. There's someone's farm down there or something. There's actually some private land mixed in and out of the national forest land. So yeah, we're gonna walk up here a little bit, look over this side, and show you real quick down here. Those plants are called asters, and I got some by my bus, and then today the hail came in and there's almost nothing left of them. It beat all the petals off of them. So they took a beating. Here we go. We got some over here. Oh yeah, look at there. This, my friends, is a place I could like to have a house or a cabin or a bus or just an all-day view of this. This is $1 million view right here. $1 million. I mean, look at this. It's beautiful. There's Zion again back over there, the white cliffs of Zion. And then down there are more private areas. And some clear cutting. Somebody's cut a bunch of trees out. Yeah, these are the same views we had from the Cascade Falls, about 5 miles to the left of the screen. But look at this. Oh, beautiful. Imagine watching the rain and the snow come across there. That'd be nice. But I think we might head down the other way and see if we can find this big tree. We'll talk more about it if we find it. What a handsome pup. He's sitting up there, drooling like crazy. His leash is actually hooked behind a tree here, so he can't wander off. Not that he would wander off, but he might, but the leash kind of slows him down. Well, we are still going up. A lot more dead, broken trees everywhere. And this one is kind of in our way, a little bit. Just duck. It's kind of cool when they leave trees like that on the trail. I like it, as long as it's not really impeding anybody's ability to get over or around. But we're still going up. We're at 9,435 feet and still rising. Kind of like the old Johnny Cash song. How high is the water, mama? It says 3 feet high and rising. How high is the water, papa? He said it's 3 feet high and rising. It's a view of the lake. It's hard to see between the trees, but it's down there. And we're still going up. We're getting close to the peak. A lot of the trees are falling over, and the incline is more in steep onto one side. The trail is really good though. It's a nice trail. Once you got up to 300 feet, it's pretty nice so far. We're gonna keep wandering through the woods and maybe we'll find some wildlife. You know, we've still been all these adventures. Haven't seen any deer, elk, you know, I know bear, or maybe out here, but no one's seen a bear in 4 years. So, but we're gonna keep walking around. Maybe we'll find something. There's another view of the lake. We're actually just as high as the road on the other side. What we're on the hunt for is a tree. Yeah, you know, like, what, Tom? Look, there's trees all around you. Well, we're looking for one certain tree that's supposed to be up here. And I think it's a dead tree. So a little harder to find because there's so many dead trees up here. But I think once we find it, we may know which one it is. And if we can't find it, we'll tell you what I'm looking for at the end of the video. So we're going to keep going up. We've gone up about 4 more switchbacks since earlier. Oh, we're getting a better view of the canyon. Look over here. Red rocks. More rocks. We're a lot higher we were when the first canyon view, so probably another 100+ feet. And it looks like we're going to walk off into nowhere. Still going up. Oh yeah, these views are much better. Here we go. We're going to pause right here at this little lookout and look over. Look here, buddy. Look at that. Oh, goodness. Don't get too close to the edge. Oh, it is straight down. It is straight down. I'll get a little closer. I don't want to get too close. Yep, you stay back here. I see some hoodoos. Let me get to the, hold on to this tree. Oh, goodness gracious. Look at that. Look down below. Look at there. There is a hoodoo. And this valley just opens up magnificently. Wow. Giant peaks onto our left. Lots of billowing clouds and an old tree on top. This is beautiful. Well, I know one thing. If you got close to the edge and you happen to slip, they're going to wonder where hoodoo went to, because you're going to go right down off the edge of this mountain and disappear into that ravine. That's why I was holding on to this tree here. See my tree hold, my hand hold right there. So we hopefully won't break. There's, you see a couple houses down there. There's a little reflection of some houses. They're a little hazy because there's been a few forest fires in the area. The rain today probably helped control a couple of those, but you know, when you put water on fire, it makes smoke. So it's probably what they've got. But look at this view. Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And there's Zion back that way. I think on the other side of this mountain, right back over there is Cascade Falls, but we're not walking back 5 miles to find it. So maybe in my younger days, and I had water in a backpack and knew what I was doing, but we're just out for a stroll. Enjoy the view, everyone. Zen is on to some deer tracks. We just saw a mama deer and 2 fawns on the trail. I'm trying to see where they went to, but I think they went off into the woods. So thick you can't see nothing in here hardly. So we have seen some wildlife. That's good. Saw a grouse on top of the plateau, and I saw 3 deer. It looks like we set off the squirrel alarm. Well, I wasn't planning on going to the top, but guess what? There's that dead tree we saw from the other valley clip. Wow, this is Amazing again. We made it to the top. We're the same peak as everything around. What a gorgeous view. The valley down below, straight down. I'm gonna walk over here towards this side, get around this tree. Woo! I'll walk out here in a little bit. Let me hook the dog to a tree branch so he won't try to get too far. There we go. He's hooked to a tree. We're gonna walk out here. Is anybody afraid of heights? If you are, you don't want to get close to here. Look at that. Wow. Just a beautiful, beautiful area. Like I said, the sun's got a couple of hours before it goes down. It's not too bad out here. Would recommend if anybody hiking it, bring some water and plenty of shade and do it when it's cooler. Let's walk out to the edge here and look over the magnificent view of, holy cow, this is crazy when you get on top and look down. I know the camera doesn't do it justice, but oh my gosh. We're on top of the world, people. On top of the world. Never did find the tree I was looking for. It may be up there somewhere in the woods. Maybe we'll go look for it more often again. Maybe we won't. But to tell you what it is, it's supposed to be the remnants, the trunk of the largest fir tree known in the USA. It's supposed to be like 13 feet across. The trunk is big as a redwood. So, but I didn't see it. It said a half mile from the trailhead, and we've been further than a half mile. Maybe on the way down. Got a nice view of the lake back here when we get on the other side. What a beautiful, beautiful. Pup is taking a shade break. I don't blame him. Let's walk this way. Like down there's my shadow. Or it is down there. See me waving everybody. Hey everybody. This is me from the top of the world. One last update before we leave you. We're at 9,715 feet. We're at a 600-foot elevation change from our camp. So, and I could feel it. But we're going to end the video here. So thanks for watching. Everybody enjoy the view across the valley, the Virgin Rim Trail here in Utah. Have fun, everyone. We'll see you guys on around the campsite.